Welcome back to We Should Start a Podcast, the only podcast within a podcast. Each week we'll attempt to create the next hit audio show as we pitch our brightest ideas for pods about anything and everything. But more often than not, pretty much nothing. I am your host, Podmaster and Commander Dino, and joining me as always are my good friends, Podmaster Chief Danders, and Davey Hogan is here too. Let's get into it.
We should start a podcast.
Get the job, hurry up, get the job.
Don't make us
Get the job.
Welcome back to We Should Start a Podcast. I am your host, as usual, Dino. Nothing to plug for me today except this very here show. Please share with a friend and leave a review for WSSAP wherever you listen to your podcast. At the time of recording, we officially have 10 released episodes. Woo! Well done, boys. I'm feeling proud of us all.
Yes, sir.
And of course, we couldn't have done it without our 30 or so loyal listeners. So thank you.
We love you, family.
You know who you all are. And sadly, we also know exactly who you all are. There's probably just like one random German guy jacking off to this somewhere.
Oh, God, he loves it. Yeah, he absolutely loves us. Specifically Dave.
yeah. That probably holds true for everything on the internet. In fact,
so.
Probably if there wasn't a German guy jacking off to this podcast, that would be a true mark of failure for us.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
You don't have to say anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting
just
you
let
to.
him work. Let him do
Let
what
it
he does.
breathe. So thank you, Hans. Danders, how are you feeling 10 episodes in?
I'm
feeling
feeling
any
good.
Sense of achievement?
Yeah, definitely. We gave ourselves a little virtual pat on the back in our own WhatsApp group. Justifiably so. I think we're all delighted with ourselves. Love you guys. Love you big old goons. Love the product. And also as a side note, that intro music was the quickest it came, like instantly it came on. Like for the listeners, you'll never notice because Dino's such a dab hand at the editing job, but like normally he presses for the soundboard for the intro music and it takes about 30 seconds. And we're saying the Lord's Prayer hoping that it comes on quicker.
Yeah.
Like.
We all go off and get a coffee and come back.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Very smooth today. I hope it holds true for the rest of the show.
Do you know what? That's a sign for things to come. 10 episodes deep, we've finally figured something out. Dave, how are you feeling 10 episodes in?
Good, man. It's just good to get something solid down and get a good milestone. Like the first episode was obviously the first milestone. 10th episode is the next one. I guess the next one is 50 or 100 and maybe
we
our
were saying as well, we've
32nd
beaten
lister.
the other... We were sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to cut across you. We were saying we beat the other. The other. We should start a podcast.
Yeah. I think the next closest was 8 or 9, so we've only recently surpassed them.
Wow, check
I
us
can't
out.
say for sure in listener count. Probably not.
Yeah,
Unless our fucking family and friends are backstabbing us listening to the other We Should Start a Podcast.
This one's great. Like, they're just listening to that the entire time. Misdirected. We should give it a listen. You know, I mean, maybe there's some nuggets in there for us. We don't know whether it's trash or whether it's smash hit. So
it sounds like you're still very unsure of how this podcast works. Whether it's trash or smash
hit. We're figuring it out.
Yeah. I listened to some of them, when we were planning for this.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, pretty much all of them are not the same concept as ours, but the same concept as each other. It's just people with like a very loose idea that they want to start a podcast. They're friends who think they're funny and they just talk about stuff, hoping that it inspires ideas for the podcast on the day. So basically,
It sounds like you're describing us.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
No, it's what we're satiring. I'm a dumbass. I can't think of the word. So it's basically what we're making fun of. But all love to all the We Should Start a Podcast out there. We're a friendly podcast.
Absolutely.
I'm not. Fuck him.
Jesus, Dave. Dave's coming in hot today. Dave has a hell background for some reason.
It's the background, man.
Yeah, it's doing something to you. Now he's flexing his biceps. Hold on one second here.
He's the bad boy of the WhatsApp group for sure. I got big old biceps and a big heart. I speak at the same time, so you don't think I'm just saying it all the time. You know, I have to let people know
with your natural reverb.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all achievements aside, our marketing fucking sucks. Our numbers are dog shit. I mean, so is our podcast, but that's not the point. I think we really need to sit down at some stage and figure out how to get this shit popping. What do you think?
Yeah, we could bring it to Bezos and Elon Musk, and I'm sure once they've heard it, they'll, I don't know, give us a Billy.
I don't know if we want the Musk Association. He's tanking his own businesses with his carry-on.
No such thing as bad publicity, isn't that what they say?
That's true. Yeah. That's true. And we might touch on a little bit of that today. Ooh. Because after all, We Should Start a Podcast is a podcast. Or, well, no, it's not. It's a placeholder where we're trying to find ideas for a hit podcast. We're trying to go number one on the charts, but we don't have the perfect pod idea. So like I said, this is a placeholder where we're pitching those podcast ideas with the hopes of striking gold. We've had some bangers, but we haven't found the right show. So we will continue to pitch and pod. And maybe today is the day, boys. What do you think?
Please, God.
Please, pod. And with that in mind, we are now ready to hear from our Podmaster of the Week, your gracious host, me, myself, and I, Podmaster Chief Dino. Am I Podmaster Chief? No, I'm Podmaster and Commander. Yeah. Shit, sorry, Danders. I'm
trying to stepping on what little ground I have over here. Yeah. Soon you'll be bringing up the rear as well.
Yeah. I'll replace you guys with just myself for the entire podcast.
Me, myself, and I.
It's a smash hit for
me. It's the Dino Show, yeah. You would love that. Well, I'm sure AI is soon to offer that. So maybe in a couple of years you'll be able to phase us out. Or a couple of months, geez, at the rate it's going. But anyway.
AI can never recreate this shit. Do you think AI could recreate two roots in a slide? I don't think so. What did your parents think of two roots in a slide, Hunter?
Do you know what? They didn't comment. They just take all that in their stride now.
Oh, no news is good news. That's all I have to say. So, to remind everyone how this show works, I will be pitching my latest podcast idea and taking us through a complete trial episode. Following the podcast within a podcast, colloquially known as a podception, we will collectively critique my show based on a classic podcast rating system. But before I pitch, I am legally obligated to remind all the podgoblins out there that WSSAP never do any research as to whether these podcast ideas exist in the real world, so by accessing the content of this podcast, including the information presented, opinions expressed, and creative elements, you're hereby forfeiting rights to any intellectual property you may already hold in relation to your podcast.
Boom! You nailed that, man.
Yes, sir. And we are coming for all your podcasts out there. No one is safe. One by one, we are going to pitch every idea from the 4.4 million podcasts in existence until we are the podcast singularity.
We're already 10 down.
Yeah, we're already 10 down. I did a little rough calculation. At our current rate, we could have this done in about 220,000 years.
Yeah. Well, look, with AI, you know, we'll store our brains for that long.
Yeah, exactly.
Speed up the process a bit. Who knows?
So, yeah, sleep with one eye open. That's all I can say. All the podcasters out there. And with that in mind, I will now introduce you to my latest podcast idea. Potentially my greatest. And potentially my most haphazardly thrown together as well. And this podcast is called Pod Marketing 101. Pod Marketing 101. Any ideas what now. Pod Marketing 101 is about, boys?
Probably something to do with you ragging on our podcast and how bad the marketing is in this riff bit in the start.
I was leaving a few Easter eggs, you know. Let us know in the comments on social media if you caught those.
Sometimes I can get a couple of pointers from looking at your soundboard, but I think there's the only thing goofy is the only new one I can see. But ooh, funky. I don't know. Is it a way to? I mean, I guess it's just about like trying to find a way to market our pod for great success. Correct?
It could be.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Right, Dino's way of getting us in a room to actually discuss marketing, because one of us is bad in texting back. So
which one is that?
We'll leave that up to you. No, it's me.
Usually, boys, I wait for the actual description of the podcast to let you guys know what it is, but I can tell you that you're both pretty much spot on. I wanted to kill two birds with one stone here. Get us in the room talking about marketing on the pod while creating content for the pod, if you know what I mean.
Sufficiently meta. Yeah, absolutely.
Sufficiently meta, exactly. So with that in mind, boys, this week we are diving into the world of Pod Marketing 101. Welcome to Pod Marketing 101. Class is now in session. On this podcast, we will teach you, our fellow amateur podcasters, how to take your pod to the next level. I am your host, Dino, and today, in collaboration with my two co-hosts, Danders and Dave, we will use our combined wealth of expertise to help a struggling podcast navigate the complexities of the pod marketing space and promote their show to the upper echelon of podcast popularity.
They already know we can't be trusted.
But before we start, let's give the listeners a little peek into our highly decorated credentials in the pod marketing arena. Me personally, Dino, I've started a homegrown sustainable podcast and taken it from 0 monthly listeners to double digits in under 1 year. Wow! The stats speak for themselves. And I have with me a man who needs no introduction, a marketing genius, I might say, a man who since 2005 has consistently pulled in 30 plus likes on his Facebook post and has garnered yearly traction and birthday well-wishers, Danders.
Do you know what? It's funny that you say that. Like I don't think I've posted something on Facebook in 15 years, and also
I went back, Danders. I checked. You're pulling in 30 plus likes on the reg.
You see, like, you know, it runs itself at these days. The other thing is that the last couple of years, no one wished me happy birthday, so that was it was a shame that you picked on that one specifically.
Do you have any other credentials to tell the people about, Danders, in the marketing space, specifically podcast related?
Well, my girlfriend's dad thinks I do marketing, so like it was like one of those that episode of Friends when no one knows what Chandler does, and she asked her whole family, and it was like, some kind of scientist, right? Like he goes, marketing.
Yeah.
I keep them all guessing.
I know you don't work for them anymore, but those like is it the big four companies? What are like?
Yeah. So I used to work.
I don't know what those companies do.
Yeah.
They're the big four of something. I have no idea what those companies actually do. Something vaguely marketing related.
General business. Yeah.
General business. That's a good character for the pod.
General business. Yeah. No. I mean, it's in the world of corporate, ness. So I guess marketing is kind of adjacent. You could say that for sure.
Yeah.
And I do communications for my current company, like so with a corporate voice, as it were, and I manage their change as well. So I guess you could say that that's marketing in a sense.
Can you show us your corporate voice?
You put me on the spot now. Hi, please read this email.
Very good.
Dear colleague.
Very good. We have here as well a man with a very corporate voice, I might add. Our resident digital marketing wizard, Davey. Davey, tell us what makes you the best in the business.
Lack of quality. Probably. And if most...
Go on.
Yeah, and like I'm going to apply to our podcast, if any major product has told us anything, is that you can have a dog shit product, but if the marketing is good, you'll make millions. So we fit the criteria for that.
He's already dropping gems and we're only a few minutes in. Wow, Dave. Well, you guys know how this works.
Dave is such a bad boy, man. Look at him over there with his little shades on and his flames over there with his hellish background, dropping dimes.
It's part of his branding. And we're going to touch on that today as well. Branding is a major part of this podcast. Yeah. So today we have received an email submission, boys, and we are going to help a struggling podcast.
Do we have a mailbox?
Get to the upper level of podcast fame. So today we've received an email submission from the boys over at the WSSAP podcast.
Okay.
Whoa. I believe that stands for We Should Start a Podcast. Right off the bat, boys, that's a pretty fucking cool name. So you're doing something right there.
Yeah.
And let's hear what the boys have to say and then figure out how we're going to lend them a hand. What do you think, guys? Will we dive into the email?
Sure.
Yes, let's do it.
Hi, Podfathers. First of all, I just want to say that I love your show. It's got me through some hard times in my life. Your group gravitas and effortless, suave demeanors are really quite something. I bet you guys are also really strong and absolute sharpshooters with the ladies. Oh,
Jeez.
You did not need to say that. That's very kind and also pretty accurate. Anyways, I am writing in from a little podcast I started with my two friends called WSSAP, or We Should Start a Podcast. The concept of our podcast is dumb. The execution is objectively bad. Each week, we pitch a new idea for a podcast in an attempt to find a good enough idea to start a real show. So it's not really even a podcast. It's a placeholder, not a podcast. So I'd appreciate if you don't call it a podcast again. Fucker. Jesus, this guy is fucking aggressive. Okay, well, let's hear him out. Let's hear him out. The problem is this. Our placeholder has been out for 6 months and has gained basically no traction. Yeah, the product is bad, except for when we play Two Roots and a Sly, of course. And man, I hear you. I fucking love that game too. Anyways,
classic.
we have zero chemistry. But I thought at this stage we'd have more than a handful of listeners and at least a sponsorship from a mattress company or something. We have a small group of loyal fans, but we mostly only ever receive feedback from a listener in Germany who tells us there needs to be more foot content. There is already a lot of foot content, by the way. We are at our wits' end and have no idea how to convert our low effort into a viable product. Please, pod gods, this is our most desperate hour. Help us. You are our only hope. From the WSSAP boys. Whoa. Thank you for writing in, WSSAP boys.
I feel kind of used that all that hand stuff was planted at the start, you know?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Anders. But like Dave said, it sounds like you're doing a terrible job, but that should never be a barrier to success. Any initial thoughts on the submission, boys?
Well thought out. Sounds familiar, but well thought out.
It does sound familiar. Yeah. And I think like always on the show, just to clear up any confusion, we like to dive into the world of these people, like walk a mile in their shoes, live their pod experience. So today, if you hear us referring to the WSSAP boys as ourselves, that's just part of the process. Don't be confused.
We're just sinking into it. Yeah.
Exactly. So today we're gonna dive into a few things that we think the boys can maybe work on, that we can maybe work on. What do you think? You guys are ready to go?
Are we gonna run a podcast as We Should Start a Podcast from the lens of ourselves, the pod marketing 101?
My brain
that's
already
just too
hurts.
meta for me.
Too many layers. No, we're just gonna help these boys through their difficult pod situation, and we're gonna try to get them some more listeners. So let's first talk about social media presence. Dave, as our resident digital expert, what do you think the boys can be doing on social media to improve?
I like the amount of foot stuff they have involved, but they should probably expand on that and add in things like hands. People like in 2025, people are all about elbows, and personally, it's not for me. So more elbow stuff you could drop in there.
That's a divisive one, Dave. People are split on the elbow issue.
Yeah, I know, but look, we gotta face those hard questions here on the pod, right? So more elbow stuff. I like the direct fuckers at the end of the email. I think he should start. They should talk to their listeners a little more like that, aggressively.
I like that. Treat them like trash, kind of like a kink thing.
Yeah.
Degrade them a little.
Yeah.
Okay. And Danders, how often do you think these guys should be posting? Should they be posting hand stuff, elbow stuff, calling their listeners fuckers and stuff like that? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll bet that Danders guy never shared the pod with any of his friends, nor his feet, or his elbows, or his hands. So I'd say they have a ways to go. They could put some tentacle stuff in there as well.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess it depends if it's a porn cast. Like if it's a porn pod, then definitely more tentacles.
It sounds like from their idea that it could be a porn cast every once in a while.
At any given time. Yeah. Well, today's point, then elbows are where it's at these days,
All the kids love him, man. I don't know what it is.
Kids love the elbows.
Fucking weirdos. Little fucking weirdos there. But we're not ones to judge. We're just here to give advice.
The kids are loving it, and I think the kids are also loving clips these days, right? Clips on social media is basically how anyone blows up. So I think maybe today we can maybe try to engineer some clip content for them, right? I believe it's called clip farming. So I'm just going to pose a few questions, maybe elicit some outrageous response from you guys, maybe some clips that we could use from our social media, or they could use. They could copy the idea. So let's
said
start.
that we might refer to ourselves as them every once in a while. So that was
Yeah,
safe.
exactly. Yeah, don't worry about it. So Dave, what's one move you do in bed that makes your partner go crazy every time?
Can I ask before we start? Are we going to video that? Is that the clip time?
Yeah. We're gathering information to make the clip.
One move in bed. We're talking about Jesus. This is your parents to listen to this, Standards. Okay.
Oh
okay.
Yeah. But they know everything.
They know everything I do in bed. That's fine. I've already given this information to them in the past. Midway through the coitus, rip the blankets off and then drop an elbow on top of her knee and see her limping around the place, and then try and finish it off that way.
They love the elbows.
I'm telling you, man, elbows are in. You just need to hone in on that. Yeah, so that's kind of what I like to do every now and again.
Okay.
Yeah, make me feel young.
I don't know if that was clippable, but so we'll
I
move
fucking
on.
hope not.
Danders, the listeners want to know, do you still hate the elderly and why?
Oh god. Gotta give you something clippable. I feel like me and the elderly got off on the wrong foot, you know. I feel like maybe I'm just a bit jealous of their worldly wisdom and their money and their retirement plan. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what can I say? I'm a bit of a salty boy.
And they have soft elbows too.
Oh my
They
god,
have, like that skin.
like buttery elbows. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I dislike about the young generation: is such leathery elbows. You know, I mean, everything is just so tough.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably from pile driving your fiance in the middle of coitus, for example. But it's just so hard. You know, so
no, tight skin is out. Wrinkly, soft elbows is in. That's what we need.
There it is. Boom. That's the clip.
We got our clip.
We got our clip.
We had to work hard for it, very, very hard, but we got a clip at the end.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're trying to hit all demographics here, right? So another thing sometimes I see on clips, they pop up, are these really sensationally named clips aimed at like right-wing guys. Yeah. So I was thinking we could maybe try to engineer one of those clips for ourselves. Okay, maybe not our target audience, but we could pull some of those guys in. And I was thinking, so Dave and Danders, you can act this one out. This clip is called "Traditional Man Destroys Liberal Cuck."
I'll be the traditional man. What are you doing, you fucking cuck? Are you really letting your woman sleep with another man, you miserable piece of shit? You are not a man. You are an incel piece of worthless slime.
How does one respond to that?
Oh, perfect response, Dave.
Perfect.
We have
That's
another
so liberal.
clip.
That's so liberal.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done porn, we've done elderly people, and we've done elderly people, and now we have our far rights under our wing as well. So we're getting through them. We're getting through them.
For the geography heads out there now, Dave, can you please rank Southeast Asian cultures from best to worst?
Okay.
You don't need to do that one. We're going to move on.
Well, I have this list already.
Wait a second. Hear him out. No,
don't hold me back.
We are also going to maybe comment on some contemporaneous news stories, okay? That's always something that gets people talking. I'm going to pull up some headlines from the last week or so, and we're just going to talk about them, maybe get some clips from that. So my first headline here is...
So before we jump into that, can I confirm we are playing these guys as Dave and Danders in WSSAP?
Yeah.
But then doing this, so it's like a 2 or 3 way character, right?
Yeah, and they can use what we're doing here for their clips if they want to. We're trying to help them anyway.
Yeah, we're giving them a leg up.
Yeah, so the headline is "Sleeping Man Tweets for Help from Massage Chair After Getting Trapped."
Okay.
Thoughts?
Do massage chairs have like do they strap you in like? Like, how do you get trapped?
I think that's probably the clip right there.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
That's what he's tweeting. He's really confused to how he's got stuck. Like,
Do massage chairs have
strap you in,
straps? Okay, here we go. Donald Trump falls asleep at Pope Francis's funeral? Question mark.
I'd say Pope Francis had a nice elbow.
That's distasteful, Dave. Okay, I know we're trying to make clip content, but that is a little bit
Fuck
far.
off.
Well, he's the bad boy. He's the bad boy. Look,
He's
got his hellish
boy.
background
Fuck
already.
off.
You know, he knows where he's going. He knows where he's going.
Okay, here we go. CCTV shows shoplifters using pythons to distract cashier before stealing from petrol stations.
That's genius.
I think this was in the UK, Dander.
Back to
this
the
one's
porn
close
again.
to your home. What a move, using pythons to distract the cashier. That seems like a little bit over-engineered, right?
Maybe it was pylons, and he's just like, you know. Please cut that bit out. I'm really not on form today.
Another clippable moment. Okay, we're just going to do one more here. It's also animal related. TSA catches man smuggling turtle in his pants at New Jersey airport.
Isn't a turtle a name for like a little poop that is kind of popping in and out like a prairie dog?
It's a turtle head.
He was smuggling
Just a little bit of
a little shit in his ass. They're really making their guidelines more strict about what you can bring on those planes.
So you're going to have to put that in the liquids bag, I'm afraid.
100 milliliters, 100 milliliters.
Oh, Lord. I had one more. For some reason, looking back at these now, I did this late last night. Most of them are animal related. I don't know why that. The last one I had was Boris Johnson attacked by ostrich, and there was a video attached.
Is that
I don't know
true?
if you've seen
Is that a real one?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd believe that.
That's real. Yeah, well, you can go look at the video.
Are they all true?
They're all true. They're all from the interweb. We'll link the video in our podcast description.
Did he fight back? I'm intrigued about this.
I didn't watch
No?
the video. I didn't
Ostrich
watch
can
the
break a
video.
man's arm.
I would be straight to YouTube for that one. Fucking hell. How many ostriches do you think you could take in a room?
I couldn't take one ostrich. Ostriches
They
are
are
vicious.
large.
They're
and They
big.
got the big old legs.
Big old
They're
hair.
like there's the fastest land animal apart from a cheetah, I think, aren't they?
Are they? Jesus.
They're like super quick.
They're pretty fast.
Anyways, I think we've successfessly farmed some clips for the boys there.
It's probably just about equivalent to their level of podcast, anyways.
We're the experts here. We're using
yeah.
our expertise here to get them some beautiful content for their pod. And that was social media presence. Anything else to say about social media, guys? Any final words on that before we move on to branding?
Is X actually out of the question? Or is that falling aside now, like, with the whole fucking Elon shit?
Yes, I think the X user base has dropped significantly.
Wow. Where have people gone?
People have gone to something called, I think there's
Red
Blue
Tube.
Sky. Red Tube. We were early adopters of Red Tube. In the Red Tube comments, like, help, I'm stuck in a massage chair.
Do massage chairs have straps?
yeah.
So here's a question for you. So with regards to social media, right? The three of us have lived through all the iterations of social media from, let's say, maybe you caught the end of MySpace. I caught the very end of MySpace, and then we had like Bebo, Facebook, Instagram. We've seen Snapchat. We've seen like various other social media platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Objectively speaking, having seen them all in action at their peak, which one do you think was the best?
For me, I can't speak to what I think is the best, but what I used most was probably Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna second Dino's. And as well, the thing, like, I kind of went off socials for best part of a decade, and now I'm kind of, I'm back and using Instagram, which I never really did before that pause. And like, because like I'm less interested in the fact that it's all basically picture related, because I used to love just posting like words that occurred to me on Facebook. That was what I super enjoyed, was just like funny little thoughts and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's harder to do that on Instagram because you basically have to take a picture and write on it, and then you either put it on your story or you fucking post it, and like it's just a bit more not like, I don't know, long-winded. Like the way Facebook was created, that was like what social media meant to me. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really do it the same way ever since.
And you did it very successfully then. There's 30 plus likes on most posts.
I'm getting nervous. I have to.
I had an old Facebook status pop up on my Remember This Moment the other day, and I laughed out loud to it. I have no idea what I was talking about it, but it's probably one of the funniest things I've said. This was from 28th of November, 2010, and it was, Bruno Mars is taking grenades left, right, and center and basically loving life. You can probably call him Sloppy Joe. What do I mean?
Oh my god! I wonder, was that definitely you? Because like we were doing Sloppy Joe stuff at the time, and like it would have felt like such a perfect frape, is what we used to call it. It feels a bit inappropriate to say that now, but
yeah.
But obviously, I think maybe I wrote that for you. I can't remember. But,
really?
Like, obviously,
did,
his song
well
"Grenade"
done.
was out, but it's just so funny. I have to ask our friends if they remember that one. That's hilarious.
You can probably call him Sloppy Joe. And on that note, we are going to move into the next section, which is talking about branding. But before we do that, we're going to take a short break. Welcome back to Pod Marketing 101. We are here with the WSSAP boys, trying to help them get their pod to the top of the charts. We've talked about social media presence already, about what they can do on social media to make their shit pop off. And now we're going to talk about branding. So I emailed back and I got some pictures of the WSSAP boys. We're going to take a look at what they're working with, and we're going to make some suggestions on how maybe they can change themselves, their personas, for greater success. We always say here, never be yourself on Pod Marketing 101. And let's just see what we think they can do to be better at podcasting. Okay, we have three guys here. Tanthers, why don't you explain to the listeners what we're looking at? The three boys at WSSAP.
Why the fuck? You just think...
a couple of hunks and a chunk over here.
I see one very dangerous looking gangster.
Yeah. Dave looks French.
Yeah, Dave
looks
was
like
French.
he's in Ratatouille or something.
and Danders.
chops.
It's my
How old
hamster.
were you
It's my
here?
hamster pick. It's a very famous hamster pick of me and my sister. Gracefully, my sister's been cut out of it, but I must be 8 years old, maybe something like that. But I mean, spherical in shape. Like, I mean,
You look
cute.
You look like you should be in a Pixar movie.
Yeah. Alongside Ratatouille.
Yeah. And you can't see this from the picture, but Dander's sister does have cornrows in this
Do you know what? Actually, I've realized what's happening here is that Dave is the guy in Ratatouille, the chef who can't cook. I'm the rat who like is the really fat one who keeps eating everything, his mate, you know. And then you're the food critic who comes in at the end and well, you're very skinny but very dangerous looking. But then all of a sudden, you know, it's all about you as per usual. And then you eat the most amazing meal of your life at the end. And it's
So, Danders, is that what you think these guys should go for their pod image? They should recreate Ratatouille.
100%. Isn't that what I just said?
Okay.
You're not fucking listening.
How do you think that's going to help them?
Well, look, I mean, I feel like piggybacking something as kind of gargantuan as Pixar, it's like maybe it isn't the most, it's obviously derivative, it's not original or anything like that. But every cover band, because they're playing things that people are already familiar with, even like they're going to gain traction that way far quicker than with original content, especially if they're shit. You know what I mean? Like if you are shit, then don't do anything. Don't do it. You know what I mean? So,
Don't be yourself.
Don't be yourself
do it.
at all. Just copy people who've already had success.
Never put yourself out there. It's just not worth it.
It's not worth it.
You know?
So, yeah, case in point.
And Dave,
Man.
what do you think? What do you think about these guys? Do they need to change anything, or should they lean into their images that they're already
I
putting
wonder
out
how
in the
many
world
hearts
here?
these guys got on Bebo. Do you remember when you could give each other hearts? And we used to have to trade them to each other because all the popular people were getting like millions a day.
Skinny jeans were a fucking vibe, boys, weren't they? for a little while.
I don't know if you ever got rid of your skinny
Dave
jeans.
never got rid of his
Did
skinny
you?
jeans. The last time I met Dave, he had spray-ons on, and I was like, "Whoa, those are tight. That's a ball dick ball situation, a division sign." And he goes, "Are they too tight?" I mean, like they were like leggings, jeggings, you know.
That's not just Dave. That's Irish guys in
Oh, for
general
sure, for
are
sure.
in general about 5 years behind fashion trends. So like in Vancouver, you see people wearing whatever, like now like the
It's
wider
all wide
pants
leg,
are
it's all
in,
wide leg,
and then
yeah.
you can just tell an Irish guy from a million miles away because they're wearing spray-on jeans and a fucking Kerry jersey. Usually a hat backwards, which Dave is doing now as well.
I feel personally targeted here and I
Kerry
don't
jersey.
like it.
Yeah, bless him.
I will say for our listeners, the skinny jeans have been gotten rid of. So we've moved on.
Oh, bless
WhatsApp
you.
has moved on.
Bless you.
This WhatsApp, the real WhatsApp.
Well, Dave, I hate to break it to you, but skinny jeans are kind of coming back
I
in
just
again.
dumped them. I just got rid of them.
Can't keep up.
Shit.
The skinny jeans would have gone with your French look here, I think.
Is it French?
I don't think we've actually explained what happened, what we're looking at to the listeners. So we have,
Okay, yeah.
I guess this guy Dino is like, he's a very, very bad boy pitcher, like in a gilet with one leg up, arms crossed, bad boy hat on, like a trucker cap or the snapback, I guess, leaning against a brick wall covered in graffiti. Like I say, Dave looks like some kind of character in Ratatouille. He's like cut away a little section of his beard so that he's got massive sideburns. He's just cut away the mutton chop
Big old
area,
mutton
and then he's got
chops.
this big old goatee as well. And then, like I said, I'm a spherical boy in primary school.
For context, that specific photo that you pulled that from, there was 3 other photos in that photo.
There was one I was going to use where you shaved a little Hitler stash, but I decided not to.
That's hilarious.
I was surprised you didn't use that, to be honest.
I was giving you a good break there, Dave. Roll with it.
I'm bringing it back.
Dave was clearly quite proud of it. Like he specifically requested it. Like,
Yeah. You can kind of see in the photo, Dave, when you have the little Hitler stash. I'm pretty sure you are Sieg Heiling as well, but your hands
Oh,
just
no.
are
No. I'm
frame.
saying my heart goes out to the people. Do
Oh,
the Elon.
okay. Yeah.
well, that's what Elon was saying. Yeah.
And actually that makes sense because you are Elon's social media advisor, aren't you? That's why you advised him.
Yeah, I
to
thought
do
it was a
that.
great idea. I thought people would really feel it, but obviously not. It
And it
backfired big
backfired.
time.
I don't know. Is he a pseudo double agent or like are you after Elon and you're kind of trying to wreck the whole thing and you're just being
Sabotage.
a clever behind the scenes
Yeah.
guy? Yeah.
Oh,
Sabotage.
Okay. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that could be it.
Back to Ratatouille again.
So I actually think, all things considered, the WhatsApp boys aren't doing too bad with their looks here. Do you agree? They're tapping into something.
Yeah, we've already established Ratatouille. You know.
I think that's the one we're going to go with.
Yeah.
Tell
yeah,
them to
yeah,
do
yeah,
going
yeah,
forward.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, Danders, the glow up is real, bro. Like that is fucking crazy. Well played.
Do you know, yeah, like every time I say to people that I was a fat kid and they always go, yeah, me too. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. We were in different categories of fat kid. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I was in like the morbidly obese category.
Yeah.
You can barely see out of those eyes.
Says you.
Oh, there we go.
Hey-oh.
That's what we needed.
Okay, good
There's your
stuff,
clip.
boys. So that was there's the clip. There's the clip. So that was the second talking point for today, the WhatsApp crew's branding. And we think they're doing a good job. They just need to change the narrative, lean Ratatouille, and bam, you're in business. So next, and maybe finally, depending on time, we're going to talk about controversy, okay? I think what WhatsApp need in 2025 to get their name trending is a very public controversy, you know? Nothing too crazy that would get them canceled like all the Kanye or Elon stuff.
Well, that's why you didn't put his Hitler picture up a second ago.
Yeah, exactly. We need something in that sweet spot. Think, do you remember when Janet Jackson's nipple slipped at the halftime Super Bowl show?
Yeah, well, I didn't watch
That-
it. I
that was
remember it
perfect.
happening. Yeah. That was perfect.
It was perfect.
That was perfect.
I've never seen a more perfect nipple in my life. So we could either recreate that, Dave. I mean, you're doing a nipple slip right now. Or what I thought we could do today is we're going to fabricate a bit of a controversy, right? What do you think? So I have a script that I'm going to send you in the WhatsApp group chat here.
Okay.
And we're going to play out this script, and this is going to be our controversy for 2025. You should have the script in your messages now. Do you guys see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're all going to read this aloud, and this is our WSSAP controversy for 2025 to really get this shit popping off. So I'll start. Welcome to We Should Start a Podcast. And before we get going today, I think we need to address a very ugly elephant in the room. This is a dark day for the WSSAP family, and we sincerely apologize to anyone affected directly or indirectly by the actions of our podcast team. By now, I'm sure you already all know what we're referring to. Dave, we love you. You know that. And we'll always stand with you. But I think you owe the people an explanation.
Like, I'll be honest, boys, I don't think I owe anyone shit. Like, this is just more woke bullshit, fear-mongering from the radical left, like, low-key. Seriously, like.
I don't think so, Dave. You've been banned from all Zara's, H&M's, Forever 21s, and Claire's across Canada. Most of those companies are even pressing criminal charges.
Fucking newsflash, Standers. You can't go to jail for a goof. It's all a classic Hogan gag. Just fucking get with it, man.
You spent the last several weekends visiting high street retailers, trying on pants that were obviously too small, and then purposefully getting your penis caught in the zipper. It's amazing how on point you were with this from the Baltic Ball situation before. Purposefully getting your penis caught in the zipper. You'd scream for help, yelling, looking like the cat's out of the bag. Insisting that staff members help you free your inflamed foreskin.
Do they even sell pants at Claire's?
That doesn't matter. Does it matter?
Yes, it does. When the unfortunate staff would inevitably try and fail to set you free, not their job, by the way, you're an adult man, you would call 911 saying it's an emergency. You sat in gum at Zara. When no one laughed, you started to cry and told them to send their best men and the jaws of life. You can't afford to lose another skin. You've only got 4 left. Still no laughter.
This is really tragic, Dave, and a horrible misuse of emergency services.
And like, to be honest, I thought this was a fucking comedy podcast. Like, you don't want to lighten up, boys. Get a fucking grip. Tell me this now. How is that any different from Neil or No Neil? Like,
you mutilated yourself and then went to the food court for churros like nothing happened. The paramedics begged you to go with them to the hospital, but you refused, saying, "Think again if you think you're getting a tip," pointing down to what now looked like an angry raisin. Again, dead silence.
I think you'd be far amiss to say I didn't get at least one laugh with that fucking gem.
Well, you didn't, because everyone was crying already. It's honestly impressive how you were able to do this so many times with the decimated state of your anatomy.
This is beyond fucked. You guys are grilling me for this, and you're going to be eating your words when it turns out to be my hock to a moment. Or should I just say cock through a zip? Cock through a zip.
Dave points down at his red penis protruding from his pant zippers. It looks like it's about to pop.
I'm shaking my head, exasperated. We'll just get on with 2 Ruths and a Sly or whatever.
End scene.
Perfectly engineered controversy. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. Wow.
Dave. I'm a little disappointed you didn't hit the last line just the way I wanted.
Sorry.
I thought he did very well.
This turns out to be my cock.
It took me a second to read it.
Or should I say cock through a zip?
Yeah. You probably should have prefaced that with him. I thought you did very well freestyling those lines, Dave. You made them
You did.
Own. You made them your own. Much better than I did.
So that's our engineered controversy for 2025. And I was thinking that what we should actually do, if we were the WSSAP boys, is before this episode comes out, post like a Notes app apology on our social media, tagging all the companies involved, like H&M and Zara, and just don't give any explanation, just an apology. And then it will make sense if people listen to the episode.
I think they should definitely do that. I mean, yeah, tagging in that many multinational corporations anyway, someone's going to review your shit. They're gonna realize that they play a central part of the podcast, and then you might get a copyright infringement lawsuit or something like that. But at the end of the day, your name is going to be pretty big, and I think a lot of, unlike Dave's raisin, but a lot of people are going to see that.
How dare you say that on a public forum? I don't like that. Fucking airing it out. Might get some free jeans.
You were the one airing it out, buddy.
Imagine if this ended in H&M sponsorship.
that was pretty racy of them. Like that was a ballsy move.
Hey.
Very ballsy move.
Imagine if the new hottest product for 2025, the trending pair of jeans, comes
red raisin.
pre-made with like a little dick popping out of the zipper.
A little turtle head.
Very good, boys. Very good. I don't think we need to say any more on that one. I think we absolutely nailed that one. Dave and Anders, very, very good job nailing your lines there.
Good job, boys.
Finally, I was going to talk about advertising and our offline marketing campaign, but I don't know if we have time. What do you guys think? Do you want to have a little chat about that, or you just want to close this shit out? I think we've given the WSSAP boys a lot to ponder on
A lot
here.
to think about. Yeah, for sure. Whatever you have planned for us, buddy. We're along for the ride.
Yeah,
anyways.
I'm already here. What you got?
Well, I was just thinking we should talk about what advertisers do you think the WSSAP boys should be targeting for their brand? Like we already just talked about, H&M, something like that maybe, in light of this new controversy. Any other products or brands which are in line with the WSSAP image?
Ironically, X. As far alt-right as you can push it, the better, I would say.
In all seriousness, though, like those are actually the podcasts which are doing the best at the moment.
For sure. So someone who aligns with their, their ethos and their steez. So, I mean...
It's a real shame, but that's what the people are clamoring for right now. I suppose, in general, a lot of podcast listeners are lonely incel guys who have nothing better to do.
Just getting their dicks caught in tiny zips at H&M.
The zips aren't that tiny, but yeah, okay.
Well, that was the problem with the pants. But they're listening to this like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. I also prefer button-up jeans rather than zippers for that reason.
It's been a while since I've had a full button-up pair of jeans.
And do you know what I've been trending towards these days as well? I'm losing the zip altogether. I'm going almost exclusively these days for trousers with elasticated waists. The comfort level is just a different level,
They're in, yeah. It's weird to me how little I've worn a belt this past year, because that used to be like a prerequisite to wearing pants. But now it's all about that seamless look without the interruption of a contrasting brown slab of leather.
Are you talking about Dave's foreskin again?
Yeah.
Contrasting brown
and his
slab
leathery
of leather.
elbows.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. We could come up with a WSSAP belt though. That could be a good WSSAP product, but it's not for pants. It's for autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah.
Speaking of belts, what do you think about those belts that Emmett put me onto years ago? Do you know the ones that they don't actually have holes?
Oh, yeah.
They're just a big stretchy long belt, and
It's like a weave. And you just poke the.
Yeah.
I would wear them with the right kind of summery outfit. For me, they like the pin never goes quite center, and so it just kind of kinks it off one side. But anyway.
Well, there you go, guys. Hot marketing tip for 2025: belts are back. I think we can safely say belts are back, and we're going to come out with, or the WSSAP boys may have a belt this year. That was pretty much all I had. This is just fucking garbage. Let's can it.
Is there anything more we can do with belts? I don't know.
Well, guys, I think we've done it again. Another podcast saved by the Pod Marketing 101 faculty. I hope you found that advice helpful today. WSSAP boys? And guess what? That zipper scene will be on the midterm, so make sure you know that one inside out. You can submit your own podcast woes to pleasesavemypod@gmail.com. And of course, feel free to call into the show for live podvice. That's it from us today at Pod Marketing 101. Education is not the filling of a pail, but rather the lighting of a fire. And we're keeping your podcast lit. Until the next time. Welcome back to We Should Start a Podcast, already in progress. We just heard the wonderful Pod Marketing 101 podcast from myself. And you know what? I think we learned a lot from that. I think we did. We got some great advice from those guys over at Pod Marketing 101. What do you think?
Yeah,
What? Yeah.
Yes. What are the main bullet points? Belts, elbows,
Belts, foreskins.
Foreskins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
minimum. Foreskins minimum.
Yeah. At the end, that closeout line, did you say no that like the foreskin one will be on the no that one inside and out? Did you weren't doing something on purpose there? Were you?
I
You
was
were-
doing
yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit of
yeah,
a little bit of a pun there.
A little pun.
And I would never have been able to do that without the help from the Pod Marketing 101
Yeah.
geniuses.
I don't know why I never thought of like just writing a script to make you guys read on this thing before. Like it has so much creative control.
Yeah. So I hope that wasn't too meta for everyone out there listening. It was a little bit confusing, I have to say. But look, we will persevere. And as always, we will critique Pod Marketing 101 using the classic podcast rating system based on 3 criteria. And those 3 criteria are: number 1, concept or the general idea of the show. Number 2 is longevity. Do we think the show has legs to grow? And number 3, and probably most importantly, is pod sauce. Pod sauce is the je ne sais quoi flair or extra spice of the podcast that makes it a winner. Pod sauce could be literally anything you enjoyed from the pod or something you think gave the pod some extra flavor. This week's pod sauce segment is sponsored by We Should Start a Pod Sauce.
Oh.
Wow! The very
Wow.
first product in WSSAP's new line of poorly conceptualized branded foodstuffs. What do we think?
Huge.
It's only
That's
just
huge.
conceptualized at the moment. It does not actually exist. But I think if it did exist, it would probably be more popular than this podcast. Anyways, after discussing these 3 criteria, which are concept, longevity, and pod sauce, we will each give our final rating of this week's podcast. Will Pod Marketing 101 be a smash hit? Or should we trash it? Guys, let's go through the rating system. I'm going to put it up to you first, Danders, for concept. What did you think of the concept of the show?
Very meta. No Facebook, as you say. Appropriate that they were pulled into this fold as well. Yeah, it's confusing. It's a little hard to keep track of because we're already not making a podcast. This is just a placeholder. So we're I guess making a podcast about not making a podcast about helping ourselves to. I'm already lost. Man. I can't even connect the rest of those dots, man.
It's a true podception.
Yeah, right. So the concept, very, very interesting. I like how you think, Dino. I think that
I don't think I could be fired for any of this for my job, but I think they just bring me into a meeting and ask why.
yeah, and they would get to know you a little better, unfortunately. So
Dave, what did you think of the concept of the show?
I like it. I think it's as seasoned vets in podcasting that we are now 10 episodes deep. It's very noble of us to try and help the smaller podcasts, like, I don't know, the other WhatsApps and the Hawk Tua podcast, giving them a shout out. It's very noble of us to do so. So yeah, I like it. I like the idea.
Yeah, speaking of the Hawk Tua again, do you think we should do our own cryptocurrency this year? WhatsApp coin?
I was confused. I thought we were going to do a Hawk Tua thing. I'm like, what happened? What happened? Did she release a crypto or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, this is another controversy. I think this one actually ended her, though. She released a cryptocurrency and did a classic pump and dump
A
scheme.
rug pull,
Ah.
isn't it?
Yeah, she inflated the value of it and then sold all of her
Oh,
coin
shit,
and
like on
fucked over
purpose.
all of her
Wow.
listeners who bought the coin.
I wonder, did someone? I mean, she must have been schooled to do that because there's no way she had that.
Knowledge.
know-how,
No way.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. It was not her at all. It was some greasy lawyer somewhere.
Yeah, I thought that you were saying we would record like us doing a Hawk 2 and spit on that thing. You get me? You know what I mean? Because talking about
Another clip.
Yeah,
Another clip for the books.
another elbow in Dave's fiance, so on.
And Danders did that one on the fly. I suppose you could call that one an ad hoc tour.
Hey.
I like that. Did you have that one kind of prepared just in case something like that came up?
No, I said that last month and I put it into my mental Rolodex of jokes. So, Danders, speaking of reusing jokes over and over again, the longevity of this podcast, do you think the show has legs to grow?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Well, just to clarify, it wouldn't be the WhatsApp podcast, writing it every time. It would be different struggling podcasts writing it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So I guess we could always talk about their marketing and clippable content, and or we could spread our wings and do it in different ways. So so yeah, there's some scope to. I mean, if you can kind of hold on to the the meta thread as it kind of moves through, which is the one kind of concern I have, is just quite how confusing it all is.
We were barely hanging on for our lives.
It's like someone trying to make a third Doctor Strange movie. Do you know what I mean? It's like that level of nutsness. So yes, in summation, of course, we could we could run with this one. Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah, for sure.
Great opinion, Danders.
Yeah, I like it. There's obviously an infinite. There we go.
Dave, sorry for interrupting you there. Speak on the longevity.
I was going to say there's an infinite amount of podcasters that could use some of our expertise. So yeah, there's a lot of runway there, to be fair, for us to keep helping out smaller podcasters, So yeah, a lot of longevity there.
Nice. And I do fear that there's only so many times that you can get your penis caught in the zipper. So we're going to have to come up with some new controversies to tell these podcasts to run with.
Get your elbows caught in something as well.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
And Danders, finally, do you have a pod sauce pick for the week for the Pod Marketing 101 podcast?
It's got to be your script, man, for the for the orchestrated controversy. I think you must have had a lot of fun with that one. Dave was definitely owning the delivery of the lines, and I think more scripts, please. That was enjoyable. Yes, I'll leave it there.
And our guest next week is the Script band. So look forward to that.
More scripts, please.
Dave, do you have a pod sauce pick for the week?
I do. I really enjoyed having our chubby little Danders make an appearance. It's always nice when he makes an appearance and he tries to explain to the listeners how fat he is on the picture, and it's always fun. Always fun to see him pop up every now and again.
Yeah.
Up to the can.
And for listeners at home, just so you all are aware, Danders looks great now. Chiseled, cut. He looks like the long-lost Hemsworth brother, for all you ladies out there who are listening.
But closer to Chris than Liam.
And there's another one, isn't there? Is there one more?
Yeah, there is. I feel like he has special needs, and that's why he's not famous.
Oh, Lord. Really?
No, that's not true. He's a little shorter, he's a little squatter, and he is also an actor. He's also on... He's on like one of those Australian soap operas, like Neighbours or whatever the other one is.
He's probably like a lifeguard or something.
Yeah, I don't know that he is anymore, but they all were at one stage. They all cut their teeth that way, and then I've seen those three do like a clip of themselves, kind of making fun of it. I think even in Thor, both Liam and his other brother had like a little cameo appearance in the second Thor movie as like a little tidbit. A
little tidbit, because he's so short. He's way shorter than the other two.
He is much shorter, and he isn't anywhere near as handsome.
Nowhere near.
And he's a bit more.
He kind of looks special.
We'll probably have to cut out all the specials.
So, anyways, Danders, it's all come down to this. You've talked about concept. You've talked about longevity. You've given your pod sauce. You've talked about the short reject Hemsworth brother living in the basement under the stairs. What do you think of this podcast? Is Pod Marketing 101 a smash hit, or should we trash it?
Well, you've already kind of gathered that I found it a little bit confusing, a little hard to kind of hold on to as this kind of weird bestial dragon thing. Just like, it's been a challenge. I found it very, very difficult to riff on the content. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but I'm having a bad day, and I think I probably blame you for that one. So, having said that, like, it got me thinking. It just got me thinking. I've never seen anything so complex and so sort of interesting, and at the same time, like, I think we gave some pretty good marketing advice, some pretty solid marketing advice. So, it's a smash hit for me, Dino.
A very long road to a very good answer, Danders. And
it's typical Danders, though.
This podcast, Pod Marketing 101, what is it? Is it a smash it? Should we trash it? What are we doing?
We would be doing a disservice to all the podcasters that need our help if we were to call this, if we were to trash it. So for that reason alone, it's a certifiable smash hit from Davey.
Wow, that is loud and it hurts.
Yeah, why is it so loud?
And of course, it's a smash hit from me as well. My best idea yet. Wow. With a resounding positive response, Pod Marketing 101 is a certifiable smash hit. But at WSSAP, we like to hedge our bets. So until we can get this bad boy into production, we will continue plotting, pitching, and of course podding until we are certain we have the next pod smash in our hands. Any closing words, boys?
Well, you normally say that the next one's going to be real good, and please God for that one, you know.
And this just shows how bad we are at podcasting. I do say that, but it's in the outro.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, we have to think of closing words, and then you got to come up with something. Anyway, no, I'd say no, just fucking kill the thing.
Our podcast is nothing if not convoluted and difficult to follow. Dave. Closing words, or will we just close this shit out?
Close it out. Close it out.
Let's close it out. Let's close it out, boys. So you heard it here first. Listen out for Pod Marketing 101 coming soon exclusively to the WSSAP-owned We Should Start a Pod Sauce podcast app. If you think that we should start a sauce company and hang up our headphones, please be brutally honest and reach out to us personally. Or if you think that we should start Pod Marketing 101, please rate, subscribe, and let us know at WSSAP Official on Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter. That is WSSAP Official on Instagram and X. We are inches away from a huge idea, and you can tune in again next week to hear us pitch that next hit show. And I actually really feel like the listeners are digging these extremely meta, convoluted ideas. So I think we're getting close.
Let's get more meta.
We're getting close. So until next time, folks, keep your ear to the grindstone and remember the inspiring words of the prolific business magnate and marketing magician, Richard Branson. Don't be embarrassed by your failures. Learn from them and start a podcast. See you next time.